I love creating with stencils, but you know what? Sometimes I just stick to ink blending through them, but did you know that you can do a lot more with your stencils than just a little bit of ink blending? I'm Debbie with Debbie J's Crafting Corner, and I am thrilled to be back on the Ranger YouTube channel, and we're going to be using some of the new collection that Ranger came out with within the last month or so, I think. Anyway, it's brand new. It is the Make It collection. I'm using a few different things. First, I'm going to use the Sprinkle Hearts. I'm going to use the Charmed stamp set, and I'm going to be using some of the new liquid pearl colors. These are just so lovely. But I can't forget, I'm also going to be using some inks. This one is one of the brand new archival ink colors called Best Dress, a real pretty blue. And I'm also going to use a little bit of embossing. So I've got the Emboss It clear ink pad and my embossing ink, my embossing powder in gold. So we're going to be using some of that. And you're wondering, okay, what do you mean you're going to be using all of this stuff? Well, the main focus of this video is going to be how we can do our stencils with our liquid pearls, believe it or not. You can use liquid pearls through a stencil. I've got some cardstock here. I've got my stencil. I'm going to go ahead and put that down, and holding it down with my magnets from Glassboard Studios, because I'm using a Glassboard Studios mat. And I haven't really decided what colors I want to use. I did a sample, and I used the red and the orange and the yellow, and they blended together so nicely. I thought that turned out perfect. So I'm going to do something very similar to that, but let's mix it up. Let's go with, how about some greens, greens, blues, and purples? Go kind of to that end of the spectrum. And I think I'm going to start off with this Kiwi light green color. Just putting a little bit of that down onto my mat, using a foam blender to just pick that up. I'm going to kind of pounce it around, and I'm going to put that color down here in the corner. Now this is because I want to add my sentiment there, and the stamping is going to show up much better over a lighter color. I'm just going to start off with that. And since we're not putting any of this back in the bottle, it's okay to mix them. So I'm going to come in next with, let's come in with the emerald. So we're starting off with the greens down in this corner, okay? So I'm just going to pounce that around again in the same spot. It's going to blend those colors together and just coming around the edges. I'm going to try not to move my stencil because I did move my magnet to get to this corner. And we're just pouncing it right through there. Now you don't want to do blending so much with this because first off, you're going to probably move your stuff. You're going to move it. And I'm also not wanting to tear my foam. Not yet anyway, right? Let's put a little bit more green down. So a little bit more of the emerald. I think I'm going to also bring in more of the kiwi to try to get a little bit more of a blend instead of that that bold line between the two. Now, if you go fast, you're going to get a little bit more splotchiness, which is a cool look too. If you go slower, you're going to be able to pounce more and get more of that color down. Now, this does kind of dry pretty quick, and I think that's pretty cool. So it's not going to take forever for you to get your project done. Okay, so I'm bringing in some of that color in. I'm actually going to go over the whole thing here in the center too. It's going to darken it a little bit, but it makes it so that line isn't quite so obvious. So it's more of a blend. All right. Next, since we have the darker there, I think I'm going to do the blue and then the purple. So it's going to go out. So bringing in some of the blue. I'm probably going to bring in some more of that emerald green too. This blue is called Blue Velvet. And I think I'm going to start off a little bit further out. Let me put my magnet back down. This is really fun. It doesn't take a lot of time, and you're just basically just pouncing away. And now I'm going to bring in some more of that darker green to kind of fill in that area. And I'm going to mix a little bit more, this is kind of the emerald, and I'm going to mix in some more of the blue velvet with it in a sec, so then it's going to kind of do that blend. Same as what we just did with the Emerald, and Kiwi. I know this looks kind of like a hot mess, but just wait till we get done and we do the reveal. The reveal is one of the best parts, one of my favorite parts of doing this kind of thing. You don't know for sure what it's going to look like until you get done. Okay, that is looking pretty cool. And these are cool colors. Okay, now we're going to come in with Royalty, this real pretty new purple that Ranger just came out with. I probably don't need as much as what I put down because I've only got that little corner, but I am going to blend it again with some of this blue velvet? Yes, blue velvet. With some of the blue velvet on that edge to kind of give that blending effect as well. A little bit little bit more blue velvet, and a little bit more Royalty, and then I will move my magnet to get that last little corner that has got a little bit too much white in there. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. So let's go ahead and lift it up. Okay, so that I think looks very, very pretty. It has a little bit of a shine to it when you tilt it in the light. That is just lovely. And this, like I said, it is already dry. It didn't take any time at all. So I'm going to go ahead and spray my dust down to clean that up. It doesn't really take a lot to clean it up, but on the stencil, it's a little bit more difficult because you have the little sharp pieces from where the tips of our hearts are. So that's one reason why I wanted to go put that in the sink. But look how easy this is coming up off of my glass mat with just a little bit of water. And you can even clean your brush too. I'm going to do that a little bit as well. Again, with just some water. I'm saturating it pretty well, and this didn't have enough time to dry too badly, thank goodness. Once it's dry, you may not be able to clean it. So if you want to save and reuse your blending foams, you want to try to clean them up as quick as you can once you finish using them. I didn't clean all of it up, but I have already used this one on 2 different cards, and it's still nice and squishy, so I think I'm going to be able to use it again. These are made to be thrown away. Sometimes you do have to throw them away and start again. Just make sure you have extras on hand, and that's going to make it so you can make a lot of fun things. Okay, next what we're going to do is we're going to use the stamp set. And I've got an idea for that, and I kind of like the whole layout that I did here, but I want to mix it up a little bit. On this one, I was able to do the archival ink over the liquid pearls, and it turned out pretty nice there. But I did, like I said, I wanted to make that a little bit brighter. So I think I'm going to start off with the embossing and just kind of decide what do I want to do next. And I may trim this down like I did the other panel. I do want to do that in gold. So let me pull out my Misty, and we'll go ahead and stamp our charm bracelet right over that. And I'm going to do this in gold embossing. So I'm going to go there. And this time I think I want to make my charm bracelet actually gold. So first off, we need to put down some embossing powder. I've got an embossing bag, so I'm putting that all over the entire panel. Holding that down in the corner. My sticky mat is apparently not really sticky enough, so I'm going to also use a magnet. And I'm putting it down here in this corner so it doesn't get in the way of my stamp. Okay. And now we're going to take out our Emboss It clear ink pad. I'm going to stamp this down a few times. Since this is clear, you really can't see it. And I noticed the first time stamped down on that last panel, I couldn't really see it over all of the liquid pearls. Not exactly sure why, but I had a hard time. Ooh, I can actually see it this time. Okay, that is awesome. And let's go ahead and sprinkle some embossing powder onto our panel. So this one is Ranger Gold. Super fine detail. And I like to use a coffee filter to catch it. I've been using the same one for probably a couple of years. And look, it sticks just fine. I'll take out my Wagner heat gun. And we're going to go ahead and heat that up and make our little charm bracelet all pretty and gold. Just going to heat it up enough until the color is going to change a little bit. It's going to go get there. You can see that. So it goes down kind of darker, but then it comes back out bright and shiny. So we want to get all of that shininess. There we go. So next we're going to do the same kind of thing, and we're going to add a couple of little charms on there. One thing I noticed when I was doing this the first time around is that I kind of want these a little bit more solid. Okay, so I'm going to start with the key and decide, do I want to do more? And to fill that in, I'm just going to use a perfect medium pen. This has got like an embossing ink type of ink inside there that you usually use with your perfect pearls. I'm just going to fill in places that normally would have that gap. And we're going to sprinkle some more embossing powder over the top. And we're going to see how this goes. This also means that you can use one of these to write and emboss with if you want. And look at that. It pretty much filled in most of those places. You can see the darker bit. So I'm going to go ahead and heat that up, and that's going to fill in the rest of that key. I think I might want to do the same thing with my other charms, but I might use a different color of embossing powder because I can do that now. So our key is mostly filled. I think that's good. Let's go with some silver for our little diamond piece here. And do the same thing. And let's see how it does. Okay, I think that's going to go pretty well. So let's go ahead and fill that in. I did just go around the outside. Okay. So now we have some silver in there, and I'm going to fill in a couple places. We've got up here where I missed a little bit, and down here, and I'm going to go in on the center. Again, trying to make sure to stay inside those gold lines. And we're going to sprinkle a little bit more down. That looks like I've got pretty good coverage. And go ahead and heat that up. Okay, so with the silver, I kind of went a little bit light because I didn't use a lot of this. A lot of the embossing powder, rather, didn't stick. So you got a little bit of a translucent look going on. I think that's cool. I think it looks pretty good. So next we're going to go ahead and add our sentiment. So I'm going to center my sentiment right over the yellowish part. And we're going to come in with Best Dressed. Now when you're using archival inks, because they are a felt pad, you do have to kind of scrub it on a little bit. If you pat, you may not get enough ink down, so just scrub it on a little bit. I'm going to do kind of a tap and twist kind of thing. So this got pretty good coverage. Let's go a couple more times, make it a little bit darker. So this panel is basically done. Now we need to just trim it down and put it onto a card base. Now, before you go on to the next step, you do want to try cleaning your stamps. One thing I have noticed whenever I use an archival ink, and I am using the archival ink cleaner, I can get the stamps clean, but they are stained. So I have been using this. This is one of my favorites already from this set. I've used it several times already. But they're it's never going to come completely clean. If you guys have a tip on how to get the staining off from archival ink, let me know. But so far, I have not found a way to do that. And there we go. I think that turned out lovely. And I really like that, just that hint of shine from our liquid pearls. I think this turned out really great, and you know what? I think I'm going to do more different types of techniques using my stencils because stencils are so easy and fun to use, but I always forget about the other ways you can use them. How about you? I hope that this inspires you. Be sure to like and subscribe to the Ranger YouTube channel for some more inspirational tutorials, and I will see you guys in the next video. Oh, I love how this turned out.